Hello YouTube, welcome to Curious Me channel. This is Shabazz Khan, and in this video we will learn about HTML and tag helpers. So first we will look into HTML helpers and then we will look into tag helpers. Now what are HTML helpers? Basically HTML helpers are codes that we can use to generate HTML tags dynamically, meaning that the server side will take part in generating your HTML tags. Now with that, let's start coding. As you can see, I have opened my Visual Studio and this is the application that we have been building since the beginning of this tutorial. You can use this link in the tab to go to the playlist, and the link is also in the description, so you can start from the beginning if you want. Otherwise, let's continue. So basically what I'll do is I'll simply start my application before doing anything. Now once our application is running, so I'll just open the link. Okay, this is the application. I just want to take you through the things that I will create using HTML helpers and tag helpers so that it is clear what we are doing here. So I'll go to this blog page and I'll go to this post page. Okay, now what I am trying to do here is I'm trying to add a link or a button here, clicking on which will take me back to the previous page, which is this page in this case, right? So basically I'm trying to replicate this button here. Okay, make sense? Okay, so let's get back. Open our views, and inside our views I'll go to blog, and inside that blog we have our getpost.cshtml. Basically this page is this view. Okay, now what I'll do here is I'll simply hit enter @html dot. The moment I'll hit dot, you'll see the IntelliSense is already showing me all of the HTML helpers that are present. So this is the HTML helper that we are talking about. Right now there are a lot of HTML helpers that you can use: radio buttons, passwords, check boxes, and all those things. Strongly typed, you can strongly type it, which we'll see in the later part of the tutorial. But for brevity, we'll use a very simple one. We'll use the action link. Okay, basically action link will create an anchor tag based on the parameters that you provide. So what I'll provide here is I'll first of all provide the name, which is blank, back. Now the second one is index, which is second one is the action, which is index in our case. The third one is the controller, which is blog in our case, and the fourth one is null. Why? So I'll tell you, there are 7 overloads of this action link method. Okay, now the one which I'm using here is the 7th one, which accepts route values, which I'll pass as null, and the last is the HTML attributes. So let me write this down and I'll explain it to you by showing it. Okay, so let me write that down. So as you can see, it takes an object, right? And the way which you create an object in C# is by simply typing new and then curly braces. Now I want to give attribute class, but class is a reserved word in C#. So to tackle that, I'll write class. Okay, now class is my link. I think most of you must have got that this is basically the attributes that you want to add to your HTML tags. I hope that's simple, but I'll show it to you anyways. So let me restart the application. Now let me open both of the application and the code side by side. Now let me hit refresh on here and you'll see that we have this back button here. Let us inspect this. Now when I inspect this, you'll see that there is an anchor tag, and let me close this, Control B, and close, and then let the terminal be open. So as you can see, this action link, this piece of code has been converted into an anchor tag based on all our parameters that we have provided. For example, the name is back, index and blog, they have combined to make this href property. Okay, now you can see this class mylink is added as an attribute. I hope this attribute thing is now clear. You can add an ID also. So just write in ID equals ID equals to simply my ID. Save it, restart our application, and then refresh, and here you'll see your ID is here. So this is a very simple explanation of an HTML helper. Basically what this does is it gives you a flexibility to write your application with the help of IntelliSense. Okay, now if you write a lot of C# code, this specific method is very fast. Okay, this is the first reason why HTML helpers are useful. Second reason is you can tightly bind your view with the models. Now we will discuss this later, like in next videos, not in this video because it will increase the complexity of this video. So let's skip it for now. This is what an HTML helper is. You write a code, you get the HTML tag. That's it. That's all. Okay, now let's discuss tag helpers. Now for that, let me comment this out. Now with MVC 6, Microsoft introduced tag helpers. Tag helpers are basically the same as HTML helpers, but they are written more like an HTML tag rather than a C# function. Okay. So if you look at this line, it looks like a function, isn't it? A function that takes like a lot of parameters, right? So this is not an HTML kind of code. This looks like a C# code. But tag helpers, they look more like traditional HTML. Now to start using tag helpers in your file, just go to view imports and make sure this line is added. Now I have created this template using .NET CLI. So this specific line was added by default. If you do not see this line, add it. Now it imports all of the tag helpers that is present inside this namespace and makes it available to all of the views. Okay. Now this view imports file we have already discussed in sections and layouts video. Use this link to go to that video, or the link is also in the description down below. Now once you are done there, come back and try it. So you will understand what this view import file does. Okay. Once this is done, I'll simply go back to the same page. I have commented this out so that we can have a one-on-one view of what we are doing. So basically what I'll do here is I'll write an anchor tag. Okay. And I'll write the class, simply my link. Now, once that is done, this is where the tag helper things come in. I'll type ASP. Now, the moment I type ASP, you'll see all of these, tag helpers that are available to us due to IntelliSense. Now, what I'll do is I'll just use action ASP.NET tag helper and I'll write the name of the action. I'll use the ASP controller tag helper and I'll write the name of the controller, which is blog. That's it. I'll write the name back. Now let me restart the application. Okay, let's refresh this and nothing changes. Why? Because it shouldn't change. It's the same thing. I'm just creating an anchor tag with action and controller, which should be converted into an href. I have my class and everything. So how will you know? Because this is commented. Anyways, just to clarify, I'll add one more thing, tag helper. I hope that's enough. Okay, now let's refresh this. Now it's 100% tag helper. Okay, it's very evident. This is written as an HTML with a few attributes that are ASP's attribute or .NET MVC's attribute. Now this makes sense, right? To a front-end developer, this makes more sense than this. Okay, if you're a front-end developer and I give you this, you'll be like, oh, come on, what is this? This is so ugly. And this object creation is also, something you have to spend some time. But if I give you something like this, and I tell you, hey, just use these attributes and you'll be fine. And the front-end developer will be like, yeah, I'll use it anyways. So that's the primary motive. And the second thing is it aesthetically blends in with your HTML code, right? It does not stand out. So yeah, that's why I suppose. So this is tag helper. Okay, let's discuss a few more things about tag helpers. So basically, you can suppose you have a lot of anchor tags, right? And you do not anchor tag helper 1 and anchor tag helper 2. Now, for some reason, for some very, very, very personal reason, you do not want this anchor tag to be, parsed as a tag helper. You want this to be as it is. So to do that, you can use the opt-out operator. This opt-out operator, which is basically an exclamation mark, it basically tells the Razor engine that, hey, do not read this as a MVC thing. Just render this as it is. Okay. Now let's see that. Now I'll save this. I'll stop and restart the application. Let's refresh it. Now, as you can see, there are two tag helper 1, tag helper 2. Now tag helper 1 does not work. Why? Because if you remember, we use the opt-out operator, which just rendered the anchor tag as it is. See, all the action and controller is as it is. Now on a very similar, now if you see the back tag helper 2, this back tag helper 2, it got rendered. Why? Because this does not have this opt-out operator. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, now let me quickly delete this. Let me delete this also. Now one more thing I'll quickly cover in here is you can go to view import and you can add a prefix tag helper prefix. Now basically this tag helper prefix, for example, I'll write curious me. Okay, now this tag helper prefix is very nice. It's a very neat thing. I'll tell you why. Now I'll just go here and I'll copy this and I'll paste this. I'll add a prefix. I'll add a prefix here. I'll tell this curious me dash. Okay, I'll copy this and I'll paste it here as well. Okay, now let's save this. Let's rerun our application and I'll explain it to you using my web application. So let's open the web application. Let's open them side by side and let's refresh this. Oh my God, everything is broken. Well, don't worry about it. So as you can see, the first link is not working. Even though we have all of the tag helpers and all those shenanigans, it still does not work. But the second one is like, yes, it's working fine. Anyways, I'll have to go like this and I'll tell you why this our website looks like a 1990s version of Napster. Basically, so what I did here is I told that, hey, use anything that is prefixed with this is a tag helper. That's it. Close your eyes, MVC, and treat everything that's using this as a tag helper. Okay, so that's why this curious me dash a was treated as a tag helper and you see an anchor tag, but this anchor tag was left alone. You can see here. Okay, so now why this page is broken? Basically, since we have used the .NET CLI, all of our views, all of our styles and all of our JS, okay, I'll show it to you. Users layout, all of these are all tag helpers, but these do not start with curious me dash. Okay, so that's why they did not render properly. Okay, now for that I'll have to change all of these into curious me like this. Curious me dash. Okay, and then it will work, but I do not want to do that. I just wanted to show you, and that's why the page broke. So don't worry about it. Yeah, worry about it, because see, you do not want to do this, you know, blindly. Just make sure whenever you do this, all of your tag helpers are using this. Okay, even the tag helpers that you have declared previous to or prior to creating this. So that's all about tag helpers, and I tried to keep this video as short as possible, and I tried to keep all of the things as concise as possible. Now it is not possible to cover all of the HTML tag helpers and HTML helpers and tag helpers, but this is an idea and we will be using these moving forward. So I just wanted to, you know, give you an idea as to what is an HTML helper, what is a tag helper, so that when I use this term in future, you understand, okay, this is this. And regarding tag helpers and tight binding tag helpers, we'll discuss this in our next video, where we will be using forms and we'll be using, you know, tightly these models, and we'll tightly bind our views and all those things. Okay, so don't worry about it. Just be clear as to what is a tag helper and what is a HTML helper. I hope this video was enough, and if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you have any suggestions, just comment. Okay, so see you guys later. Till then, bye bye.